is January 1940, and Germany continues its domination of Europe. Germany has now fully secured its position in France from any potential counterattack. It has begun a strategic bombing campaign against Great Britain. It has captured all of Sweden and defeated the Swedish army in Norrland and marched into Stockholm. And it has captured Yugoslavia, going to war against them and capturing them in a single season. Germany has also reinforced its position on the Eastern Front in Warsaw, Königsberg, as well as central Romania. Germany is to be feared as it threatens all across the world and dominates the European continent. It has built up a couple submarine squadrons and now is intimidating even in the sea, with the capability of having quite the reach and the threat across all European nations. In light of that, Moscow has established a bit of a truce between themselves and the Germans, and in order to secure peace for the next couple seasons, Moscow has signed a Lend-Lease agreement and is going to send across a unit to the Germans. But let's leave that for a moment as we turn our attention to Japan. Japan has secured its position along the coastal regions with a sizable army in Nanking, and with its massive navy being able to capture any coastal regions. It comes to light now that CCP has struck a deal in the past few seasons with Japan to secure a neutrality along its shared borders, so allowing the Japanese to have access to Beiping, Hubei, and any other coastal regions, with the CCP controlling Shantung and the mountain regions in the interior. It's an unfortunate truce at this point. The CCP, of course, does not wish to allow the Japanese to hold onto its territory, but in order for the CCP to arrange to capture the homeland regions, it had to cooperate with the Japanese. The Japanese now are quite the threat, with a sizable force that can attack any coastal region, and so therefore the CCP has backed off from any potential strong points. The Japanese have a sizable force, and perhaps they're going to launch their attacks southwards to Singapore or towards Calcutta against a mighty strong British force present in Calcutta, or perhaps they'll focus exclusively on Australia or the KMT forces as well. Japan has many options ahead of it. We turn our attention to Australia as they secure their homeland regions with plenty of militia to hold against the Japanese, but otherwise somewhat weak on the ground. Calcutta is much more strongly held with 10 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft Gurkhas, and colonial infantry, so 11 infantry, plus a couple of militia as well. A fortified line, of course, makes it so that it'd be very difficult to capture that region from any nation. And the British Malayas also hold weakly, but enough to form a bit of a speed bump to any Japanese aggression. The Japanese might turn their attention instead towards the Dutch East Indies and collect some mighty resources that are in short supply towards them. The Americans, for their part, are quiet, having only recently begun to become woken up. They have sent aid towards the CCP in the form of an anti-aircraft gun in exchange for what the CCP did to assist the KMT in the early days of their Japanese-Chinese war. As we see here, the Japanese are present off the coast of India in mighty force. Perhaps there are going to be some ambitious moves against India. The Italians, for their part, keep quiet in the East African colonies and generally have been keeping quiet all around, with enough of the Allied Navy present in the regions in the Red Sea, so that the Italians can't quite launch into action without losing some forces. Cairo is quite heavily held with now fortification, meaning that the Italians have little to gain if they march into Western Egypt and still be faced with a sizable force in Cairo. The Anzac have reinforced South Africa, and Cape Town, of course, is held as well, so perhaps we'll see some new features developing as the Anzac act in South Africa. And then we see the Italians generally being quite quiet in northern Italy. Not sure what their intentions are, if perhaps they're going to launch an invasion on Gibraltar, which is very strongly held, or Cairo. It appears that Italian neutrality will last for a good few turns yet. The British, for their part, continue to battle against the raiding submarines of the Germans off the coast of Canada, the Brittany coast up here, or down in the Atlantic in South Africa, or India, or Australia. They have quite the challenge ahead of them, especially in the light of now the bombing campaign against their factories. Perhaps this is a foreboding element of a dark future for them, perhaps. We shall see how things develop. Of course, the Germans have quite the strong position here, but with the hopes of a neutrality pact between the two of us. We'll see how that pans out or how that will survive. We'll see how it shakes up in the next couple turns. Hello everybody, my name is Jinx, and we're looking at turn number 8 for Operation Montagnards. Yeah, there's not too much to be said. I think I said it all in the summary. We'll see how things pan out. This treaty that we have in place, don't put too much hopes in it. It's only a, well, we'll see how things go. It might not go anywhere at all, but we'll see how things go. In light of that, let's start with the CCP, as they are the first person on the marker there. They're not going to do anything for combat moves, so let's go for their purchases. They're going to purchase 2 cavalry divisions, and that's it. That's $6. They had $7 to spare, so that leaves them down with $1 left over. Now we're looking at these guys here as well. We have $24 for the Soviets that are spending. They're going to get a German transport. That's what they're buying, and with $24 minus 59, what does that leave us? 25, 26, 26 plus 9. All right. Yeah, that should be nice even numbers. It should be about, is it 35? I believe so. Let me just do a quick calculation. It's early morning. 59 plus minus 24. 35, yes. You know what? I'll just go 3 and 5. All right. And that clears these counters here. All right. Okay, let's get some non-combat moves here going. So the CCP aren't going to do too much. They're going to move 3 infantry down south to Cherspon from Shensi, and 2 infantry coming in from from Shensi north through Suyan, and then 2 infantry coming to Sikang, as well as an anti-aircraft gun, and 1 infantry from Singhai going down south as well. Then we have a bulk of our forces from Sikang coming into Singhai. I thought we would be able to hit Tibet, but I forgot that they are crossing into a desert. So it wouldn't quite work out because roundel to roundel, they cross into a desert, so they would lose their movement point. And that is it for these guys. So I'm going to roll for the recruitment. They need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or less. I think we've hit it most of the time. There's 3. And we're going to go for 1 infantry. We're going to put them here. And then we're going to roll for these guys, Mongolians. Miss on those guys. All right. And we're going to put the 2 units on the board. Oops. I'm going to put them here. All right. That's that for these guys. Yep, nothing too much else to report there. All right, turning our attention to the Soviets and what they're going to be up to. Let's roll for some tech right away. Oh yeah, we rolled for income, so we increased from 27/28 is for the annexed territory, so now at 37, 38. I don't know if I should even bother keeping this one, but I will for now. Yeah, I will for now. I think it makes sense. All right, rolling for tech now, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right, or do I get 6 rolls? I have 3 major factories. 1, 2, 3 major factories. Yeah, and then 1 for my bonus and 1 for the treaty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right, so rolling for this one. A 9. So we move up here. Rolling for this one. Improved factories. There's a 7. So we move up there. Rolling for this one. A 1 is a miss on improved construction. Then we have jet fighters. That says a 6, so that's a miss. Although it was pretty cocked, it was a miss. And that's a miss as well. So we moved up 2, that's not too bad, and we missed on 3, so that's not great. But hey, it is what it is. All right, now we go to let's do the Republicans next here. Rolling, they only have 6 or less, and they got 10, so they missed on that one. All right, moving to our combat moves. We only got 1 combat move. These guys come into southern Iraq. Let's roll that out. Oh, look at that. 2 hits right off the bat. And we captured southern Iraq from the enemy. Enemy beating the Iraqis, and we captured that territory. And everything else is just non-combat. So let's just get started on the non-combat. We're going to move these 3 infantry over here to Azerbaijan. These 3 cavalry are coming up to Transcaucasus. These 2 fighters are coming into Crimea. These 2 infantry Marines are coming to Crimea as well. We're having this tactical coming to Crimea too, so it's a sizable force here now. Then I have these 4 infantry coming to southern Ukraine. This Republican coastal subs coming into M10. These 2 infantry from East Poland are coming here. Now I should also mention that I'm scorching the earth in East Poland. Then I have these international brigades. They're all going to move up. One guy's going to come here. This guy from Podlakia is going to come from southern Belarusia. Yeah, he's going to come from southern Belarusia. And these tactical bomb, airborne and transport are going to come down south too. Down to Crimea as well. So we have a few guys up in Crimea. Maybe I should put a task force marker for those guys. Let's see. Let's do this one. Since there's enough aircraft here now. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Nothing on the other side, so I think I can safely delete all my markers on the map. Hold on, I did move. Yes, 1. Rolled for those, move those. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and erase all drawn lines. I'm gonna send this German transport. I'm gonna send it to this port here in Western Germany, as far away from Russia as possible. Now, I did kind of lay out this idea about the treaty because, of course, it's obvious once I send a German transport to Germany, then there's something in the works there. So it's obviously not an invasion of Russia. So there we have 2 transports. And those are going in the Black Sea. Yeah, it'd be kind of silly if I was going to send a transport, send a unit to Germany that would be used to invade Germany. And there's that. All our purchases are on the board. I forgot to collect income here for the CCP, so they collect 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. So that brings them up to 8. And with 38 over here, so 35 plus 38 is plus 3, 76. 76. All right. 76 for the next turn. I do believe that's it, everybody. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, take care. Cheers.